Guys, REI Live, thank you for being here. You give yourselves a round of applause for getting out in the rain. Woo! It started raining and Michelle's in carpool line. I was like, oh my goodness, nobody comes when it rains. I'm like, we're indoors. Yep, Freddie's, he's the one right there, right? Hey, we're inside, people. All right, y'all. So we like to start off with some fun, some wins. What happened this week, today, this month? Who's got a win in real estate or in business or just in life? Like who got engaged or something? Tell us a win. Share it with the crowd. It could be tiny. It could be that you made your first phone call or you locked up your first deal or you just closed on a quad. What wins do we have out there? Don't be shy. Freddie's got one.
I got 7 deals closing this week. Next week, well, I should say 6 because Nisha just told me that Hampton is kind of...
Is there a problem? Is there a problem?
Yeah, big problem.
Oh, really?
So let's say 6.
Okay, well, we should probably take off. So 6. 6 deals this week and next.
Yes.
That's incredible. That's awesome. So what's that going to leave you? You're in like 60s, 70s for the...
52.
Nice. Awesome. All right. Who else? Who else has got to win? You got to win? You looked at me like you were going to say something. That's okay. I'll give you a second. Think about it. Who's got to win?
What you? The funding for a new construction.
Yeah. Nice. Who'd you go with? Who'd you go with?
It's a private money guy out of Pennsylvania.
Oh, okay. Hey, let me get his number. Come on. Don't keep it secrets. No secrets in here. We share. Any other wins?
Okay, well,
Quinn?
so it's a win, but it just depends on the angle that you look at it.
I like that optimism. His glass is half full. Let's go with it. What happened?
No, it's really good. So we had a close that's set, but I got a call from the attorney. It's being delayed a little bit because of probate.
Uh-huh.
But we're right at the end of it, and so what would have happened this week will probably be offset by 4 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
But the payoff is our largest, which is going to be about $25,000.
Woo! I like that number. And you're also learning the whole way. This probate process is new. You don't know it till you get through it. So awesome. Who else has got to win?
And part B.
Part B. There's a B. I love B.
So Charleston is our home. We were driving for dollars a little while ago, and then finally skipped this house or really kind of looked into it. Called the guy, asked him if he was interested in selling. He said no, but I always love no buts.
Yeah.
If you put a butt there, then
Yeah, we're in.
So left the key for me. We were supposed to meet. He couldn't meet. We walked through the house. So it's potentially our first flip. It's just studs, and it's really like a blank canvas for us to do whatever we want to do. So if you guys see Andrew, tell him I'm waiting on him.
I believe. Wait, did you text me or email? There's one of those.
I did them all, and I sent the pigeon to your house.
There you go. You sent the pigeon? That's what Blue was getting, the pigeon. Send it to Michelle if you want something. So what was our win? Friday, what did we close on? Our building, our office. I'll talk about that in a minute. But yes, we closed on our office. Who else?
Part B.
Part B.
Me and my wife, we're buying our first rental property in Alabama next Wednesday.
Wow, you close on Wednesday? That's awesome. Where is it? Birmingham?
Birmingham.
We'll check on it. We're going there in a couple weeks.
Okay.
We'll ride by it for you.
All right.
Actually, I don't know. I'll get lost. But who else? You got any other wins? Chavis?
The last time we were here, we closed on our first flip. Second investment property for flip.
Awesome. And it's a good one. It's a doozy.
Oh, we got a lot of cool stuff in it.
That's right. If y'all saw my Instagram, what we have, the truck's going to get donated, but there's a kayak, a motorcycle, welding equipment. CPR dummy. There's all kinds of fun stuff in that house.
That was probably my favorite piece. It's like, hey, look at that. I know what that is.
Anybody need some tools and some wire? Talk to Chavis.
Construction supplies. Screws,
Nails, you name it. Yep. Ladders. Who else? Anybody else? Everybody gets a win for showing up today, so good job. That's our big win for everyone being here. So what I want y'all to do before you leave, you can do it right now. I don't care. Pull out your phone and go to YouTube and search for REI Live Columbia and subscribe. All right, that'll be your second win for today, at least. All right, so go subscribe to the YouTube page. And guys, when you go on a Facebook group, make sure you're part of this group. You probably are. Most people are. But let everybody know that you're here and tell them how much fun you had. And if you learned anything, make sure you put it in the Facebook group so that we can share and get that to everyone else that's in the group that's not here. All right? So next is even more fun. So this REI Live, part of what we do here, the biggest part is networking, is getting to know each other and learning. But, all that's fun and stuff, but this is a business, guys. So we're here to make some money somehow, some way. So deals. If you have a deal, now this, I've given this preface the last few months, there's not many out there that are for sale because they go so fast. But does anybody have a deal that's for sale right now, an assignment of contract, or if they're just selling a property? Or are you looking for something in particular, something very, very specific? Who's got something? Any wholesalers with something to sell? Okay.
I'm looking for something near downtown West Columbia, not too far across the bridge. Preferably multifamily, something I can use as an STR. So if it's for sale, numbers gotta work. I don't want something that I gotta throw 50,000. So I'm at this point I'm willing to pay market value for something.
Y'all hear that? Market value. He's hungry.
But it just needs to be done. I'm not paying market value and the contractor did a shoddy job and I got to go in and redo stuff.
And just to clarify, you said STR, short-term rental. So if anybody didn't know that, Airbnb, VRBO, that sort of thing. All right. So if anybody has that or knows of someone that has something like that, you guys connect. Okay. We'll have a moment here in a little bit for you guys to connect.
There's three of them. There's 3 duplexes for sale at half the fee.
There you go.
You know, the one for $950.
That's a little too retail. All right. Who's got anything else? Anything else for sale?
I've got a bunch coming out, but I have one I would really love to sell in Williston. It's like that's close to Aiken County.
Is that close to Orangeburg or is it closer to Aiken?
It's in Aiken County.
Okay.
Or it might be in Edgewood. I don't know. But anyway, it's right next to Windsor.
Okay.
It's right next to Aiken. So I need some work. I'll make a good rental.
So Bishop also has a few pieces of land to sell.
I do. Those are coming out.
So I'm gonna.
I've got houses. I've got.
So Bishop, does that look familiar?
Yeah.
So this is what Bishop's working on. Some of these are already assigned and sold, but I just wanted to show. This is Bishop's mind right now. He's like, oh crap, how do I sell all this? So if he's like, I don't know what house you're talking about, that's why. He's got some pieces of land. Actually, those are down here at the bottom. Some of these are already sold. Some of them have probate issues. But if you're looking for a piece of vacant land, some are in town. Some are buildable. Some are 3-4 acres. I know the one, if that's up there, it didn't make it on the list. The one on Kelly Mills, like 4 acres.
Yeah, like 3.5.
Yeah, so all right, closer to 3. So he's got some stuff there if you guys are interested. Anybody else? Go ahead. You come next. Go ahead.
Hey y'all, I'm Charlotte, first day here, but I have a property up in Blue Rock for sale.
Okay.
Sitting on an acre, about 350, high 350. We have one offer on it already, but nothing that my seller is ready to jump on. So if you know anybody that's looking to live in the rural area but still close enough downtown, I have it.
There you go. How many square feet is it?
26, 46.
Okay.
Email is the best method of contact.
for Bishop. Okay. All right, y'all. Like I said, it's tough right now. The deals go pretty quick, and as soon as Bishop gets all these emails out, he'll probably sell them as soon as he can get them out. So I just want to tell you all who we are. Some of you, who here is brand new, never been here before? All right, a handful, and so that would mean everyone else has been here before, right? So it's usually about half and half, which is awesome. What I just want to explain to you, just kind of tell you who we are and how you might see us and on social media and in our businesses. Up top there, you see that's REI Live Columbia. That's where you are right now. This is our education, networking, and deal finding place. We come here together. This is your group. The more you can contribute, the more you get out of it. We will bring in speakers. We will bring in people local and national that will help your business, whether it be in real estate, mindset, or just business in general, right? Freedom Finders is right under that. That's our coaching program. That's where you'll see us actually going in, working with people, some in this room. We have group coaching and one-on-one coaching where we'll help you in your business together, okay? So it's not broad, it's right there with you. And then Lucas Properties, that's where we flip our houses. You'll see Michelle kind of running that. That's all her Instagram photos and pictures. That's all her pretty houses she puts together. Lucas Group is Rochelle in the back. That's our retail agency. That's where we sell houses. If you guys are looking for a realtor that's sharp and hard negotiator, you can talk to her. She'll get your stuff sold or bought. And then Columbia Cash Home Buyers, that's where Bishop works and Regina works the most. And that's our wholesaling arm. So that's where we're marketing everything. That's where the deals come from. And we put them out to you guys if you want to buy them. Of course, if we buy them as well. Within that, we have a couple of different entities that hold our rental properties, but you won't see any of that. We don't manage any properties. We use property management. So with all of our businesses and all the dealings that we do, we strive to honor God, serve others, and be good stewards of resources. So that's what you'll see from us, and we try to hold each other accountable to those three points. Vision. That's the vision. So who wants to talk about buying real estate with none of our own money? Yes? Are you the only one? All right. Quinn and I are going to go over here. We're going to talk. Let me hear you. Who wants to talk about OPM, other people's money? Yes. Okay. I thought y'all might want to, but I just got to wake you up a little bit. All right? So this is a zero money out of my pocket deal. All right? And Freddie's is my man. I always call him out when he's here for this. He said, Andrew, you got to show us, how does this really work? Like, how are you actually doing this business today? I didn't have these local stories and projects in our PowerPoint until Freddie's made me do it. So thank you, Freddie's. So this is our office. If you could see it, you probably can't because there's massive trees and bushes all around. It's totally overgrown, but that's the office we just bought, and it's over by the VA. We'll invite you guys all to come see it. We might even do REI Live there in the new year. But we just bought that with none of our own money out of pocket, okay? And I tell you this because it's real, and it's something that you can do if you try. You got to know what you want. You got to know that you're going to do this and believe it. And if you get stuck, you got to reach out, okay? You got to ask for help. So let me just run down the numbers. We purchased this property. Now the business behind it, I want to say house, the property behind it sold for $104 a square foot, which would have put the value of this property at about $480, $490. We paid $330. And the reason being is these people were ready to sell it. Like you guys know, we don't buy at market. I mean, we just don't buy at market if we can help it. So we were able to negotiate a really good deal. They were asking, what were they asking? I think they were asking $499 or something reasonable, but we just didn't make that offer. So the rehab budget was $45,000. That includes, we're painting the whole inside. We're going to take a couple walls out. We are going to cut down the jungle out front and around the back. It's a huge, huge jungle around there. Paint the building, right? We're still going to paint the brick. paint the brick, and we'll make a nice glass conference room, and we'll get the new floors in, some AV equipment. So 45 grand to update this. Closing costs are going to be about $2,000. Well, they were about $2,000. And typical down payment for something like this would be 20% down for the purchase. Okay? 20% down for the purchase price, and then we would get, I think that's on this slide, maybe it's on the next slide, we would get 100% of the rehab funded in the loan. Okay, so you put 20% down. That 20% is how much? Can y'all see it? $66,000. All right, so $66,000 to buy this. And now you're looking at me like, well, how'd you do that? If the lender made you bring $66,000, what are you talking about? This is not your money. Well, I'll tell you that in just a second. So right now, downstairs is rented for about $2,000 a month. Upstairs, or we think downstairs should be rented about $3,000 a month. We will occupy all of upstairs. Okay, so we're taking half the building.
How many units are there?
So it was 4. It's a 2 down and 2 up, but we're combining the 2 up. So that will take the whole 2,400 square feet up top. So the way we were able to purchase this, and guys, if you have questions, ask. Throw them out at me. Go ahead.
So that explained we have 2 tenants that are paying.
Yes. We already have 2 tenants downstairs, which one of them actually is a real estate attorney, but he's not our real estate attorney, so that's okay.
On your down payment, how were you able to only do 20% since it was commercial property? A lot of it is out 30%.
We were actually quoted like 5% for some, but that was owner occupied because we are occupying top of it. But that lender was taking, they still haven't ordered the appraisal. So that lender was like 60 to probably 90 days out. So we ended up going with one of our traditional hard money lenders. So that's, which is 80%. Yeah. So we needed 80% loan to purchase, and so we were able to get 100% renovation funding. I told you that. So what's the down payment? That is where OPM comes in, other people's money. Has anyone heard that before?
Yes, sir.
Let me get a hand raised. You've heard that before? Okay, good. So how are we able to get other people's money? Most people, if you haven't been in this room before, you might be thinking, well, the only other people I know is a bank. Like, that's the only other people money I know about, right? I see a lot of head nodding. Yes, that's what you've been taught. That's what we've all learned. That's where the society tells you, is that you go to the bank if you need some extra money. But guys, I'm here to tell you that is not the case. Our very first private money lender, was our neighbor from across the street. And we had no idea that they actually had money to invest. We were just talking about what we did and how we wanted to be able to give returns to friends and family. And sure enough, a couple weeks go by, months go by, I don't know how it happened, but they were like, hey, we got money, we'd like to let you borrow it. I'm like, okay. And then we had to figure out what to do with it. That was 4 or 5 years ago. I mean, gosh, that's probably 5, 6 years ago. It's a long time ago. So that's how that started, was just talking about the fact that we as real estate investors have an opportunity to help other people make great returns. If you guys heard stock market traditionally over long term gives you about 10%. Like if you look at anything online or go talk to any financial advisor, that's what they're going to tell you. 10% over 40, 50 years. Great. Well, the next year or two, that is definitely not guaranteed, and surely have no idea what's going to happen in 30, 40 years, right? So if you can give them, your friends, your family, other investors, a hard asset, which is a piece of property tied to their money, and guarantee that they can get a 10% return, would you put your money in it?
Absolutely.
If you would put your money in it, then you should have the confidence to talk to other people about it, because it makes sense. Dollars and cents. You get that? See how I did it? It makes perfect sense to say, I've got an opportunity. I have a vehicle here that provides a lot of wealth for a lot of people. Just, if you're interested, let me know. So that's where this 70 grand came from. It's friends and family that were said, hey, we will put money into your deals. Just let me know when you need it, okay? This particular investor was, I think, an investor in the lake house and just rolled money over, I think, is how that happened. And they said, okay, they said they didn't need their money back. We paid them their interest. They said, just keep it and put it back in the next deal, right? So that's, bam, goes right in. So our plan to exit out is to refinance immediately. We've already contacted the banks. That one bank is still technically working on it, but we went to another bank and said, hey, we own this. We're going to renovate it this month. Can we go ahead and get the ball rolling to get it refinanced? Because we'd like to be out of it in like 3 months. So that's, with the commercial lender, it's pretty much we got to get started. Originally, we were told we could get cash out, which looks like about 25 grand. If you look at my numbers, I think I put them here. So refinance immediately, thinking of 520 ARV after it's renovated and the rents are where they should be. We would get 80% out, which equals 415, and our all-in would be 390, which is the 375 that we took to fix it, the interest costs, and then closing costs. So about 390. So we could maybe get 25 cash out, but the other bank I talked to, they said in commercial they don't do that. So we may not get any cash out, which is fine. That's not the idea. Yeah.
For the $70,000 private money loan at 10%, the other lender that was giving you the rest of the money,
Mm-hmm.
did they care that you're coming up, that you're actually borrowing that other? A lot of people would say, no, you have that down payment has to be your own money. You can't borrow it. You know what I mean?
Right. As a residential loan, they care.
Yeah.
In commercial space and stuff like that, they don't care because in general, commercial LLCs, companies, corporations, money comes from all different places. You know, they have shareholders, they have partners, general partners, limited partners. So it's basically like, no. And if they did say something, then that person could be a limited partner, and that's totally fine.
Even though the OPM you got to show reserves.
Some of them would ask for that. I don't know. We didn't have to show any reserves. Not on this one. But it was my traditional hard money lender. We have all of our paperwork with them. So the other person, commercial bank, didn't ask for reserves, but they did want to escrow, I think, taxes or something. That was it.
On your ARV of 520. Now, is that did you just come with that ARV after the property behind that was sold, or going into it you had a rough idea?
Yeah, that one sold. It's already sold. It was prior to. And it was also need a little bit of work. So after we do our work to it, we get the rents up. That's just the math. Pretty safe math to say 520. Yeah. Any other questions on that? Who thinks that they could do something like this? Who thinks they need a little bit of encouragement to get there? It's okay. It's okay. That's why I asked. Guys, that's why when you come to these events, you could talk to other people and you'll get to see how people take their first step and their next step, and it'll help you build your confidence. I'm here to tell you, guys, this is not that difficult. Once you know that you can do it and it's in your brain and in your head, you are confident in doing something like this, you'll be surprised at how quick you'll find it, okay? So if this is something that interests you, if this is kind of a path you want to go and you want to try other people's money, you need to know that it's possible, and you need to live it and wear it and talk about it. You got to let other people know, okay? And I'm here to help. You guys let me know. So I want to go on to just a little bit about what else we do here. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, one question about the last one. Can you touch on how they were asking $499 and you ended up getting it for $330?
I'm just that good, Winston. Just that good, man. No, we had a broker involved, so I wasn't even talking to them. But guys, we should probably do a whole other thing on negotiation. But it's a matter of meeting them where they are. I found out, and I knew that LLC, that company, was older. A couple older members. One had passed away. Another one was sick. Actually, he passed away, during this process, we didn't know that was happening, but we knew that they were older, and they had a lot of real estate, and this was it. This was the very last piece, and no one was looking at it because it looked ugly on the outside. So we basically made an offer that made sense for us. I think we started at 300, to be honest. And so we basically said, this is where we landed, and we told them we're going to close. Here we are. Part of that is we told them our business, who we were. They went to our website. Some of that stuff helps so that they knew that they were talking to a serious buyer. We were, reputable. We had a website. Whatever that really means. You can make your own website, guys. I'm telling you, you should. But we sent them to our website, and I'm sure they felt good about it because they did not negotiate very hard after we got there. So that's one of those things. I think God helped us at that moment is to find the right place to be. But we could have easily gone in and said, well, we want to pay $300. They're at $500. Let's say $400. But that wouldn't have worked. So we got to stick to our guns and stick where we need to be.
Hard money counts as cash too, though, right? So
Yeah.
it's cash offer.
Yeah, cash offer.
Right.
Yep.
Then the second question I have for you is, so did you guys do you're basically kind of like house hacking your commercial property? Because once you get your tenants up to 3,000, then they're covering your mortgage and you get to stay there for free.
Exactly. That's the whole idea. You hit it on the head. I mean, technically we're burying it and house hacking all at the same time. All right, so I'm going to move on. So what's your agenda? And for those of you who are not here or have not been here before, this is a really important point is to say that when you're in this room, I want you to be thinking about why you're here. What is it that you're looking for? What is it that you want to do in real estate or outside of real estate? And know it and understand that in this room there might be somebody that can help you with that. So when we break, you'll have that opportunity, okay? So if you want to flip a house, look for somebody that might help you with that. That might be a realtor or somebody that's flipped houses before. All right? So just know why you're here so that while you're here, you can get the most out of it. You'll know what notes to take and what to ignore. We are education-driven association or group. Group is probably the best word. So we are going to try to educate. We're going to give as much as we can, and hopefully you get something out of it, and you could take it back to your business, to your friends, to your family, and grow your business and hopefully provide for that family. All right, so we bring in experts from all over. I told you this already. So local and national experts. These are our next dates, which are also on the Facebook page and on the meetup.com. Where's Holland? I think she's going to put a graphic up next week or maybe tomorrow. Just to recap these. So put them in your calendar if you don't have them already. Are we doing a party on the last one? Is that right?
Yes, on December 7th. Party at Savage Brewery.
Savage Brewery. So that will not be here. December 7th will be Savage Brewery. So you put that in your calendar or don't. The keg will be drank either way. If I have to drink it all, it's going to be bad. All right, y'all. So we can't be here without our sponsors. So I want to run down these real quick. Todd Realty Partners. That's where Rochelle and I hang our license. They are an awesome group, headed up by an attorney who keeps us out of trouble. Disposition on Demand, my man Freddie's. Do you want to say anything?
Nah, I just stopped, so I'm good.
You're good. You're good. He's selling 60 deals already this year. So from the cars to the houses to the boat. So if you need insurance, he can help you out. Even on our mobile home park that we just bought, he's able to get it. And if any of y'all saw my post, Foremost apparently has way too many of our houses, so they sent somebody out to look at them. And they were like, you need 4 new roofs. So that's happening. Rehab Wallet, that is one of our preferred lenders, and they are usually here, but they're down in New Orleans at the Bigger Pockets Conference. Custom embroidery, if you need anything, advertising, any embroidery, we have our koozies, they do our shirts, they do all that stuff. Modern Workmen, Richard's not here, I don't think. Financial advisors and their property managers. And Rollins Pest Control that does all of our pest treatment. He inspects our houses when we buy them, after we buy them, and does the termite bonds. And he will get rid of nasty stuff in mobile homes. So, what was that house? That was Hilo that he had to come in.
Oh, I'm sure it was.
Yeah, that was nasty. All right, so these are some of our partners that we do business with that are in our business every day, and each one of these has a discount code for REI Live. So if you're interested, if you want to plug these into your business, let me know on the YouTube page. I think most of these have the link somewhere in the description. But just ask me if you have any questions on those. I don't have to go through all that. All right, so I want to run through, and I know you probably can't see this because it's a whole lot of data, and you don't need all this data. I'm going to speed up. Michelle's like telling me to hurry up. So I want to give you guys lots of time with Vaughn. So the days on market, I wanted to tell you just because I can't even read it. From August of 2020 was 53 days on market. August of 2021 is down to 30 days on market. So 43% decrease. Is anybody feeling that right now? Rochelle, you feeling that? Jesse's feeling it. Yeah, those houses are going fast. And if they don't go fast, you got something wrong with it. Or your price too high. I'm going to talk about it. Median sales, I wanted to just point on this. August of 2020, it was 190,000, and August 2021 is 220,000. So 16% increase in 1 year. I don't care about that one. Inventory of homes. So August of 2020, we had almost 1,900 houses on the market. Now we have 1,400. So 25% decrease. 25% decrease in just that 1 year. You'll see another graphic here in a sec. That basically leaves us with 1 month supply on the market. So 1 month, all those will be sold. That's kind of crazy. So this graphic, I know you can see the trend line there. This is average days on market, which is insane to think that back in January of 2020, the active houses on the market, they had an average of 800 days on market. What that means is there's a lot of stuff that was on there for a long time. What we've seen is basically the inventory is just washed out. Anything that was on there for a long time has been sold finally because there's nothing else. So all those in 3 years and 4 years, all that stuff that was on there forever is now off. That's really kind of skewed. But if you look at the closed deals, that's that line down at the bottom. And it's going away. It's going way low. You can't even tell. Average median prices. So this is the other one I wanted to show you. So January of 2020, the average price in Columbia was about $175,000. And now this is through September, we've approaching $250,000. So I was telling somebody the other day, we used to say our sweet spot for a flip was $150,000 to $200,000. Like if we got a deal that was that price when it was finished, that's the sweet spot. It's gone. That's your median. It was a quick sale, easy sale. That has changed. If you've got a property now that's $250,000, even to $300,000, you're still in the sweet spot for Columbia. That used to be considered kind of high, right? Who's been here for a couple of years? That used to be considered kind of high. Not anymore. We used to shy away from stuff at the 300, 400 mark. Now it's like, bring it on. So guys, just recalibrate your brain, understand that this market has changed, and it continues to change.
On the same topic, do you believe that now because of inflation, that that scale has changed, or is it a combination of the inflation and the lower interest rates right now, which a lot of people
Yeah. So that's a long topic, but I could tell you I believe it's here to stay in this market. Now nationally, I don't know. There's lots of stuff going on, but in Columbia, we've been so undervalued for so long, even compared to Greenville, Charleston, Myrtle Beach, Spartanburg. For whatever reason, Columbia's been depressed.
We're on a 20-year increased population, which is a huge deal.
Yeah. So we're getting more people. We have a lot of demand generators. We're getting big businesses are coming to our area, to our counties, Lexington County, Richland County, right around us. We have the government. We have the Fort Jackson. We have the university. We have a lot of big stuff. So I don't think we're going to sharp decline when everything corrects that. The answer of why I think it is how it is, we can go on forever. So the inventory, again, it's just there's no inventory. So this one actually goes up to September. Those last two bars don't count. But in the beginning of September, it's below 1,000 or right at 1,000 houses available right now in the MLS. Yo, that is not a lot of houses. That is not a lot of houses. So just know that the market is still hot. It's still going. But guys, don't sit by thinking I'll wait till tomorrow, because you will miss the boat every time. You got to get in now. If you're on the edge, if you're ready, get in. Don't jump in if you're not ready, guys. Don't do something crazy. But if you're ready, get in. If you need help getting ready, let me know. But don't just sit here and say, I'll wait for it to correct. I'll wait for it to get a little cheaper, because I can guarantee you that's not happening. Okay? This is an outtake from last time we were here. I just liked it so much. What's up, Quinn?
Coach, I'm still kind of missing that. There's something in that, because those graphs are normally, that's reflecting what's on the market, right? More MLS.
Mm-hmm.
But if we're primarily living outside of that, then how is that having an effect on us, like positive or negative?
Positive. If you're flipping houses, if you can get a house ready to go, it's sold because there's no other inventory.
Okay.
If you are looking for off-market houses, you need to know what you're competing against. And you're competing against a hot on-market market. So if you're going to your seller and say, hey, I'm going to give you 60% of what it's worth, great. But if they're over there looking at Zillow and everything else and their ants in their ear talking about, oh, you can get so much more for it, you just need to know what you're fighting against. It doesn't mean you're not going to get a deal. Look, we got deals. You guys are still seeing deals come out. But you just need to know what you're fighting against. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So anyone can be average. God put us here to be something to someone and someone to something. So I'm going to leave you guys with that. What I want to do is I'm going to show you this next slide is if you're interested. This is the Deal Finders Club that is REI Live. We just launched it last time. You can join up, and it's online based. It's some tutorials. It's videos of me. So you get to watch that, and I'll walk you through doing your next deal on the cheap. So that is for you guys. If you want to scan that, you can. And for right now, if you know what you are here for, I want you to stand up and find someone, talk to someone, and tell them why you're here. All right? If you don't know why you're here, then try to figure it out. So get up. We want you to network. We're going to talk for just 2 or 3 minutes. Find somebody new, somebody you don't know, and get their contact info. All right?